Good morning, everybody. HappyNaturalHorse.com. I am talking about, again, ulcers. And in this month's issue of the Equine Wellness magazine, they talk about gastric ulcers. And this is written by a vet and somebody else. So what do we really know about ulcers? They're very common in horses. They impact our horses' training and performance, behavior, and attitude, and overall health. There are different kinds of gastric ulcers. It tells you in the book, Natural Equine Remedies, there's 3 of them. The lower 2/3 is the horse's stomach is divided in 2. You have the glandular region, and that secretes acid and enzymes for digestion. And the upper one is called for less protection. The 2 sections of the stomach are divided by a visible line. And here's where the ulcer is found most of the time. They're most common in the upper part. But research is published that provides ulcer in the 2 regions. Regions are different and reflect different disease process. So, some horses with ulcers are harder to heal than others, and this could be the reason why. So we lack completely understanding of true cause of gastric ulcers. But it's widely accepted that horses used in performance face a significantly higher risk of developing the condition. Research shows that competition and training aren't necessary factors in development of ulcers. Horses that travel and are kept in stalls, are intimate fed diets rich in grain, and limited access to forage are most likely to suffer from gastric ulcers. Now, you feed commercial grain, you're going to get ulcers. So you diagnose it by poor appetite, dull coat, wind-sucking craving, lack of energy, irritability, listlessness, change of attitude, poor body conditioning, loss of weight. Usually tell you to get a veterinarian. There are lesions inside the surface of the stomach, technically speaking. Ulcer syndrome, the key is the word syndrome. In this case, said health issues, stomach lesions, or themselves are really the symptoms. So they're just lesions that are opened up inside the stomach. Determining the best treatment, suppress the acid production. Okay, you guys are the ones that create the acid, you know. Y'all think that the horse just goes out and gets ulcers. You know, you're going to feed it more grain. Horses do not gain weight on grain. They actually produce more acid to break down the grain. Thus, you're going to have ulcers. Okay? Let's see. Bacteria plays a role in it. Also, bleeding ulcers. So prevention is providing maximum turnout, and that is definitely true. Horses live in the wild. They're 24/7. If you can't do it, at least do them half and half and make sure they're with a herd. Free access to forage, hay, grass, hay net, slow feeder. Look here, the first 2. Turnout and hay. Doesn't say anything about grain. Feeding a low starch, flow carbohydrate diet. That's bull crap. That's going to they're still going to have to produce acid. Okay, I'm going to disagree here. Small meals, yeah, you can do that if you want. If they're not out 24/7, we use the natural diet, which is Stanley Timothy hay pellets soaked with a little bit of water, apple cider vinegar, which helps with the pH, and minerals. The Big Sky Minerals has 3 clays in it to help detox and coat the stomach and produce enzymes. And then, again, do not feed beet pulp. Beet pulp is extremely acidic. It blocks the absorption of vitamin C. And it's extremely hard for them to digest as it takes 4 molecules of water to produce to digest one molecule of beet pulp. Then your horse is going to look fat because he's going to be full of water. Adding oil. Oil is like the worst thing in the world that you could give to horses. It is also extremely acidic. They do not have a gallbladder, nor do they eat or drink oil in the wild. Okay? So do not add oil. A lot of people add a teaspoon of oil. That's okay, but you're just going to produce, when they're chewing, that oil prohibits, when it goes down the pipe to the stomach, it's going to prohibit that saliva that has the enzymes to break down the grain or whatever the heck you're feeding the horse. And the chewing is what creates the enzymes to break down. So the oil is going to block it. And the horse doesn't have a gallbladder. They cannot absorb the oil. It just goes right out. What's the vet do when they get colic? He shoves them with oil. What? Why? Because the oil goes right through the system. It's a waste of money, you guys. Nutritional support. Yeah, I agree with that. Big Sky Minerals, which has the beneficial bacteria already in the Big Sky Minerals. And you can also get the probiotic. They have High Track, which actually activates as soon as it gets to the gut, not before. Most of the probiotics are activated, and when they go down, the acid kills it, so you're just wasting your money there. So, let's see. Keep in mind, horses can suffer in the colon, too, of the stomach. I've seen that. So if your horse is not pooping a whole lot, he could have ulcer anywhere. Okay? So, and this shows you the percentage of where the ulcers are. So that's good to know. So the best one the one that I do, if you're not going to go on the Big Sky Minerals, then you just get bentonite clay. It helps heal ulcers, helps prevent tying up, lines the stomach and digestive tract. It detoxifies the system, especially when the long-term medication. Bentonite clay helps balance the bacteria of the intestines and strengthens the body's general constitution. And it's great for tissue healing and adding tea tree oil. It's great for everything. I get my bentonite clay from theholistichorse.com, and it's a great product, and I suggest that you buy it there. It's on my website, happynaturalhorse.com. If you find this beneficial, then go ahead and share and like my page. Subscribe and leave a comment if you'd like. Okay? Bye. I'm going to link also the article to Equine Wellness Magazine.